Hello and welcome to. This video is about the X-Men and what is happening with them right now. Now, I know I have said this tons upon tons upon tons of times, but Marvel right now has an issue with their writers. Not Marvel themselves, but Marvel's writers are not very good. But let's start with how X-Men has evolved into the issue at hand. So, when Marvel hired a bunch of new writers, one of them happened to be, I will not say the writer's name, as there have been plenty of writers on this series of books, so it's not just one. On top of the fact, I don't want people to go and, harass them or anything like that. That's not good. But so, in the current X-Men books, we have the X-Men turning into plant people. They found a secret mutant island, and this mutant island gave them eternal life. I thought that was stupid. At this point, they're not mutants anymore. Half of the X-Men in the original run was dealing with people who didn't like them, even though a lot of their issues, not issues, but their power set and them being mutants was from birth. And that was what made the stories interesting. And that's what made them relatable to everybody. Now, the new writers have changed them to being plant people who are not human. They have pretty much no emotions, or when they do, they're overblown, ridiculous, and they don't feel like the X-Men anymore. The closest to feeling like any X-Men is Magneto, and he's not a villain anymore. I know that's been the case for a while, but still, he's no longer a villain. But with this plant people, it came the other outside Marvel characters wanting to join in and find the secret. But the X-Men are like, no, you guys didn't like us, even though they did, and that's a whole other argument. But so one of these characters was Moira McTaggart. I might be saying her name slightly wrong, but it's Professor X's, X. She, in the comics, had a very good connection with the X-Men. She was essentially a doctor and nurse for the X-Men. She studied mutant biology after her time with Xavier. And I loved her in the books. She got married to Banshee, and her and Banshee were awesome. Their books in the island and her explaining, the doctors helping fight Apocalypse, even if it's just through studying how to cure people like Archangel, was fun. It was an awesome book. Now she has gone and turned evil through jealousy. Wasn't a very strong thing, just jealousy. Oh, I'm jealous, I want immortal life too. Yeah. So she skinned her husband, and for YouTube guidelines, I will not be showing that. You can look it up and find the issue yourself. It came in the Deaths and Lives of Wolverine, which is a whole nother can of worms, and I haven't read enough of the series to really say much about it. But I saw this page going around, and I read the context about it, and it was just bad. It was all because of jealousy. It was because she wanted more power. I'm hoping she was possessed. Because this is not Moira. Moira was the most kind, caring person ever. And it's supposed to be a twist. We've had so many twists that a twist doesn't feel like a twist anymore. Like a Shyamalan movie. You always know there's a twist. So it's not a twist that there's a twist. I know that sounds like me rambling, but you get what I mean. So this has all happened, and I'm not a huge fan of it at all. It's Adam Moyer's character. She skinned her husband, and he was willing to do it. He let her. No fighting, no nothing. No, oh God, what have you become? No, he's just like, oh, okay. I'll let you go and kill mutants. Let me just take my skin off and die for you. Really? But he's a subservient husband. That makes him a good guy. No, it doesn't. So stupid. I didn't like this at all. And now she's trying to go and kill all the mutants, and she nearly killed Wolverine, but thanks to a sequence of events that had him have, not Parallax, that's DC. I'm trying to think of the name of them, but they're like the robots, like they're a sentient robot organism, kind of like symbiotes, but robots. It's weird. But Phalanx, there we go. A Phalanx has taken over Wolverine because he has lost his healing powers. Wolverine is also bisexual in these books, which is an issue I didn't bring up when it first was announced because I was like it didn't bug me too much. But now that they're going completely, it feels so against his character. He always hated Scott. I mean, in a hey, they were still semi friends, but they hated each other. They had like you know a rivalry for Jean. Now they're all three dating each other. It's not just they're both dating Jean. They're all three dating each other, which doesn't feel like Wolverine. But I don't know. It just doesn't feel like him. That's never been in the 4,000 years that he's been alive. Yeah, he's been alive since the Elizabethan era. I might be wrong in the years, but he's been alive for a long time. He's never had that sort of interest. So it makes no sense to have him. And you can't just put things in the past. Yeah. So right now I feel like everybody's out of character. Wolverine's being, semi-possessed, so I can kind of get him. Not the whole bisexual thing, but like he's being a little more vicious, and his mind is being taken over by the Phalanx. And from what I've seen, it's an okay plot. They've had better, but it feels in character for the most part, like I said, and it's pretty good. However, with these bad books, and you can kind of see, it's the one that is in the um, corner right there. That's the book that I'm talking. Oh, it's right in this. No, that's wait. Yeah, both these. The one with that strange, like almost Ultimates X-Men looking logo. I mean, it's not as bad as Ultimate X-Men. I'll give it that. Ultimate X-Men had a lot of issues. Had some okay ideas, but had a lot of issues. Yeah. So, but they have a really cool classical X-Men storyline going on right now too, using classic Kitty Pryde and Nightcrawler. And it was fun. Kitty Pryde, Nightcrawler, and Forge have to fight Mystique after she's learned that Destiny has done something. I can't remember what, but I remember it was a good time. I like and it's got the original writer too. He's awesome. He's great. He knows the characters inside and out because he worked on them for 20 years. And I love that story. It showed how cool Nightcrawler is. Nightcrawler is really cool. I've always liked his swashbuckling side, and they show that a lot more in that book. It was fun. Kitty was a little bit of a damsel in distress, but that was mostly because Lockheed, and she has an emotional attachment, and Lockheed is a stupid dragon, so she was trying to protect the dragon. So it all makes sense. It's not just, oh, I'm a woman, I'm gonna beat it because I'm a woman, or I'm a damsel in distress because I'm a woman. No, it's I got caught in a stupid situation because my pet got caught in a stupid situation. I tried to save him before his head got blown off. Overall, that book was really fun. Um, I don't own either of these physically, so I would show them off if I did. But I don't. I've only seen the digital versions, and yeah. Overall, X-Men right now is looking both good and bad. And so yes, if there's any big updates with X-Men, or really anything, expect to see a part 2.